Good morning. Good morning. Y'all make a comment in the box if you can hear me. It keeps telling me that my microphone isn't working. So we're going to see. Just shoot me a comment real quick in my box so that I know you can hear me and I'm not just jabbering and you can't hear anything because that ain't what we want. That ain't gonna be good for us today. So, good morning. My name is Misha Lee. Thank you so much for joining me for your shot of morning mojo. Today is Thursday, and yes, I'm going to give you a little bit of joy. So, do me a favor if you are on live with me right now, you can hear me. Make sure that you put in the comments, yes, we can hear you, sis, because I'm going to tell you it's super important for what I'm about to share with you. Hey, Instagram, how you guys doing? Super important for you to hear what I got to say today. Listen. I want to have a conversation with you on a whole nother level. I know y'all used to me talking about certain things, but there's something that has to happen right now in your life, in my life, in order for anything to change, in order for anything to move, in order for you to get out of the rut, in order for you to just shake loose, whatever it is that might be holding you down. It's one thing that you got to get in line. It's something that you got to fix. And if you fix this one thing, I promise you with everything that I know, if you fix this one thing, everything in your life will change. The power of your words. Your words have power. This is not going to be a long live, but it's going to be very effective. I want you to get something to write with because it's going to be really important for you to write some of these things down because I want you to go back and look at them again. Your words matter. Hey, Bonita. Hey, Jacqueline. Can you guys hear me? Can y'all hear me okay? Proverbs 23:7 says, as a man thinketh, so is he. Now, we done heard that scripture plenty of times. For those of you that have any, if you just live, somebody has told you that as a man thinketh, so is he. That's 100% true all the way across the board. And let me explain to you why. I don't think that we understand the psychological aspect of why. Hi, Angie. Hey, sweetie, your braids look amazing. I don't think we understand the psychological impact of the words that come out of our mouths when it comes to our everyday life. I've always told you guys and give you a list of books. You need to read this one book, the agreement, the four agreements. You have to read that book and the book called The Secret. Your words have power simply because when you're speaking, who is the first person to hear you every time that you say something? Who's the first person to hear you? Your kids, your man, the people at your job, your family members? No, you hear you first. In order for you to say anything out of your mouth, you think it. Now, sometimes we think, oh, that just came out of my mouth. I wasn't even thinking. Oh, you might not have thought you were thinking, but you were thinking. Everything that comes out of your heart comes out of your mouth. And so from the abundance of your heart is what you bring out. It's extremely important for us to pay attention to the things that we say because sometimes there are things going on inside of us that we're not even aware of until we get pressure put on us, until we get in a particular situation. And God knows this situation with the COVID-19, being on quarantine for over 2 months and having to deal with all these social injustices, it's just a lot of stress. This is a high stress, high tension moment. Now, I do see change happening, but there's a lot of change that have to happen within yourself. The outside world can do whatever they want to. They can change, they can change laws, they can change how they set things up, but until there's a change on the inside of you, the things that you're thinking about yourself, the things that you think about life, those things come out of your mouth. And so when those things come out of your mouth, what comes out of your mouth is a residual of what's on the inside. So it's super important for you to realize that you have to examine your words because number one, you hear yourself first. No matter how mad you get, no matter how many buttons people push on you, the moment that you open your mouth and words come out, those are words that have ran through your brain, whether consciously or subconsciously. That thought went into those words. No matter how reckless they may seem, no matter how much rambling it may be, that's what's going on inside of you. Number two, your words create a picture for your mind before you actually speak it, believe it or not. Good morning, Sharon. The words that you speak create a picture. I remember as a teenager, one of the things I was really good at was imagining things. I could sit up and I could tell stories all the time. My sister wouldn't go to sleep until I told her a story every night. I would make up these elaborate stories of us when we grow up and how life would be and all the grandeur and how perfect everything would be as an adult, which we learned that as we grew up, we ain't perfect as adults. But my mind was very vivid. And so I could technically see things. And a lot of those things that I actually seen, I actually have lived those things, even if I didn't realize that I set myself on a path. As you spend time thinking and meditating, being mad, trying to get your clap back, trying to get all these things figured out, trying to study history, listen to videos, as you're doing all this input, you're creating a picture inside of your mind. You're creating a picture inside of your own ether space, inside of your own energy. And as you create these pictures with the things that are coming into your portals, with your ears, whether it's your sense of smell, whether it's your touch, whether it's your eyes, all of those are receptors to receive things into yourself. And as you take those things inside of you, and you begin to discern them and break them down, and they have to make sense to you. You know, when people are having a conversation with you, it don't make sense. You have to break that stuff down to your own level of being able to absorb that information. And the moment you can make an understanding about the information, you begin to speak it, it begins to form things inside of your own inside world. You begin to respond to things that you didn't even know that you was responding to. For instance, let somebody listen, a friend of mine hit me up yesterday. It's a perfect example. Hey Naomi, how you doing, sweetie? Rachel, a friend, she hit me up yesterday. She was like, oh, she had posted something, she deleted it, and somebody got offended and they blocked it. She's like, what am I supposed to do? See, what happens is that people already, or you already have a pre-generated understanding that if A and B, then comes C, or C and D, then comes F. We have a predisposition to think certain things. And so when you find yourself meeting people and you kind of looking at them sideways, or when you done heard something about somebody, now I'm still talking about your words, because your words start on the inside. Your actions are representative of what you're already feeling. Your words and your actions are complete residual. It's the after effect of something that went in here and something that's going on in here. So you build a picture in your mind of what this person is like, or what this situation is going to be like. You build something in your mind that this relationship is going to be this way, and this person is never going to change. See, this is the thing. When you say that somebody is never going to change, or when you say you can never see yourself being successful, or when you say your children are going to always be this way, or when you say that person going to always be a liar, see, it don't even matter if they ever change or not. It doesn't matter how hard they try to show you or prove to you that they're different, because if the words on the inside of your head already told you that they're going to be this way because A, B, and C, it doesn't matter what they do, they're going to be that way. And clearly, everybody on the outside can see there's something different going on. So you got to begin to check your words. We can make all the physical changes out here in jobs, in our economy, in society we want to, but until you change the words that you speak, it's not going to change anything, because the words you speak come from the way you think. Number three, you are either in prison or freed by your words. Now, I need you to write that down. Either your words, thank you, Jamie. Either your words are locking you up or they setting you free. And let me tell you something right now on this day. You ain't never got to believe nothing I say. You ain't got to get on this channel at all, but it's not going to change the truth. You either every single day that you wake up, every person that you interact with, from yourself all the way down to your kids, you either setting yourself free by your words, or you imprisoning yourself by your words. Let me tell you how you imprison yourself by your words. Every morning you get up and you look at that mirror. Oh, I can't stand this old fat stomach. This stomach just getting on my nerves. I just need to lose weight. You locking yourself up because you already know what you need to do. Instead of getting up and recognizing the symptom, you need to start speaking into your life, into the problem, and giving yourself a solution. When I get up now, and this is something, and people say to me, girl, you look good. I had somebody say, girl, you like you lose weight. I finally found a secret. Instead of me getting up every morning and saying what I'm feeling on the inside, all this weight is heavy, I'm tired of the stomach, is getting on my nerve, my waistline look like it's disappearing. That's all every morning. I'm looking in I got a mirror right beside my bed every day. Every time I walk in and out of my room, it's a mirror right there every single time. And every time I look in that mirror and look at that point of view and I see that stomach sticking as far out as that butt, I'm like, oh my God, I need to lose weight. I need to do this. But something hit me and said, change the way you're thinking about yourself and change the way that you're talking. Listen, even the choices when it comes down to something as simple as that, when it comes to you eating, it all has to start right here. And so that morning I sat on my bench at the foot of my bed and I said, you know what? I said, I'm gonna start saying, yeah, but in a few weeks, this won't even be here. In a few weeks, this won't even be here because I'm making better choices. That sounds like a little simple thing, but I can promise you on everything I know, just out of the blue, I've actually been eating less. I've actually been turning down certain foods and not eating certain things. I actually have been getting out and being more active. And this ain't even no plan. Y'all know I'm a scheduler. I ain't wrote nothing down. This ain't me doing no research. This is just a simple change of heart. Because now my mind is thinking, okay, well, she said that we're not going to have this roll around her waist in a few months. Then we need to do something to make sure it don't happen. You need to read The Secret, because whatever you put out in the atmosphere, whether it's in your heart, in your head, the God, it draws off of God and it comes to you. It draws off of me. I've been looking for opportunity. God, I'm like, Lord, I need help. I need help. I need help. I need help. Lord, I need help with this. I can't move no further. I've expanded my borders. I've gone as far as like, I need help. I need help. I need help. And I see a lot of people saying, I'll help, I'll help, I'll help. But it has to be people who gonna be 100% in. I get in the groups. Lord, I need this. I need this. I stopped. I said, you know what? I am so thankful that this opportunity is just open and things are building line upon line, precept upon precept. Every brick is when I tell y'all, I can't say nothing about it right now because it's still in the works. But if you listen to me and change the way you're thinking about yourself, about your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your wife, your partner, your children, your money, your job, the economy, the world, if you begin to change how you think, let me tell you something, being angry is only going to be good for one thing: destruction. Your anger has to be turned into fuel to build something so that you don't ever have to cross that bridge again. Number 4, your words are living things, and knowing the function that it's supposed to do is 100% its purpose. Meaning this, your words live. There's nothing that comes out your mouth that don't live. It lives, and when it lives, it know exactly what it's supposed to do. If you're speaking words of edification and uplifting, guess what's going to happen? You're going to find that same thing coming back to you. If you always find fault in people, if you always find a way to down somebody, if you always find a way to wiggle your way out of responsibility and commitment, you're going to find that nobody's going to be committed to you. Nobody's going to be comfortable with you, and nobody's going to stand by you. Everything that you put out into this atmosphere, it comes right back to you. It comes right back to you. And I'm not even talking about your actions. I keep telling you, your actions are a residual of what's going on the inside. Especially when it comes to weight loss, we'll go to the gym, pay for a membership, we'll buy all these fruits and vegetables, we'll juice, we'll do all that, we'll do all the works. But if you don't change this and this, then you wasted a whole lot of money and time. If you in a relationship right now with somebody and you're struggling and it look like it's about over with, change how you're talking. Change how you're thinking. Stop being so ready to dump people off and cut them off. Stop being so ready, because I'm gonna tell you something. Everything has value, and until you can see the intrinsic, the value, the intrinsic value of what it is that you have in your hand, you're gonna always be picking up something, brushing it off, and wondering if it can be brand new to you. And ain't nobody got no time like that. The image of God, who by his word created everything you see. Listen, you are created. I didn't write the Bible. I love God. I love the word of God. And I love the Bible so much because it's a solid foundation and root for us all. Let me help you understand something. You did not create yourself. The word of God says that God created you in his image. Now, if you standing up, I need you to sit down because I'm finna knock you off your feet right now. Make sure y'all share this post and tag somebody in it that you know that need it. Listen here. You were created in God's image. What does that mean? My children were created in my image. Why? Because they took some of my DNA, they have some of my tendencies, they have my attributes, they have some of my physical attributes, and they have some of my mental capacity because I'm their mother. You were created in the image of God, and God created everything that we see by his words in 6 days, not seven. He rested on the seventh day. So if you're made in the image of God, that means that some of his attributes you have, most of them, if you saved and you accept Jesus Christ as your savior, those things have been activated. But let me give you a little nugget that ain't nobody might not have told you. Guess what? You have the same ability to create the life you want with your words. I am 100% certain at this point in my life that I literally can speak things into existence. I believe it with all my heart because now, as at my age now, there's nothing for me to lose. So you get to a place in your life where you don't have anything to lose. When you think that you done accomplished so much with your degrees and your six-figure, seven-figure jobs, you try to hold on to stuff real tight because you don't want to let it go because you know work so hard for it because you. But when you get to a place where you're willing to give all that up to get something greater, then God can really expand your mind. You got to learn how to create the life that you want with the words that you speak out your mouth. Guess what? If you don't speak it out your mouth, who gonna do it for you? It doesn't matter how old you are. It don't matter what you done been through. Hey, everybody over on Instagram, thank you so much for joining. It don't matter what you say. Listen, you ain't gotta believe nothing I say. Just try it. Just try. You were created in the image of God. Therefore, you have the same ability with your words to create the world that surrounds you right now. But if you never know that, if you never take advantage of that, and guess what? When you first start, it's gonna sound real silly to you. I am smart. I am a millionaire. I am healthy. It's gonna sound crazy to you because you ain't never done it before. But the more that you do it, the more you begin to convince your own self. The first person to hear what you say, you'll begin to convince your own self. You are supposed to be creating things. We are supposed to be creating and bringing things into existence. That's what our Father done. When He created this earth, He created things and brought things into existence. You want more money? You want better credit? You want better relationships? Yes, a lot of elementary things that you need to do: pay bills, get credit cards, have good revolving accounts. I get that, but a lot of that understanding is not going to come to you because you really don't understand it. Or even if you do understand it and you work, you need to know how to manage it. All that comes from you having a clear understanding on the inside of what you're trying to achieve. You got to be crystal clear on some things. You can't be here, there, and everywhere. Let me tell you something. Stop letting social media fool you. I don't care how much graphics you put up. I don't care how many pictures you put up. I don't care nothing about all that because at the end of the day, that does not reflect your success. That reflects what you look like on social media. But what do you look like when the cameras are off? What do you look like when the doors is closed? What are you doing? You got to begin to bring some things into existence in your own life and stop thinking somebody else is supposed to be responsible for your happiness, your joy, your love, your health, your success. Your success, happiness, and your joy is all in your hands. And you have to create the life that you know is going to sustain that and feed that thing. You have to begin to form by putting parts together, combining this different substances, structures, create, assemble, manufacture. You got to begin to pour these things in. Call your kids and say, I'm gonna have a meeting. Me and my children meet once a week. We have a family meeting every single week. You know what it's for? Accountability. It's something we started that we want to keep each other accountable for our own success. As a mother, my children are grown. My kids are now children. I don't have nobody in my house. I don't have nobody that I take care of under the age of 18. Everybody else grown. And all of them got jobs, they got their cars. Some of them went to school, some of them decided not to go to school. Most of my kids have started their own businesses. Why? Because that's what they seen their mama do. And so now they're out here, they're forming, they're assembling, they're putting their lives together. But I teach them every day and every week, and I'm saying, sharing the same thing with you. Start with the things that you're saying. You was born of a God that is a maker and a creator. And he brought you into existence. You are born. I ain't talking about your natural mama and daddy. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about your spiritual self. Your spiritual self, you were born to be a creator. You were born to be someone to bring things together. You were born to bring wholeness and realness and life into every situation that you're a part of. And so if you find yourself not being in that space where you feel like you're not being able, hey everybody, hey Sierra, if you find yourself in a place where you're not able to be a creator, if you find yourself in a place where you feel like you're losing and you're not getting ahead, it's time for you to take a step back. Don't look at nobody else around you. I need you to look inside of you. Ask yourself, what conversations am I having with myself? Are you spending all day thinking about, well, they said I wasn't this. And I remember when I was, honey, I've been through all that. Shake that stuff off and replace it with positive stuff. Replace it with what you want. Replace it with the goals that you see. It doesn't matter if people don't agree with it. You got to get an agree with it. And when you get an agreement with it, you people write, women, we do it all the time. Write down a list. I'm very specific what type of man I want. Okay, make sure you understand this. I don't care how specific you get on that piece of paper. Well, what kind of man you want? You're going to draw exactly what you want to you, but understand everything is flawed. Everything is flawed. Everything got a button to push and everything got a load to lift. Period, point blank. At the end of the day, you just have to figure out what type of buttons and what kind of load were you born to lift. That's it. But listen, guys, I love you. I hope this is, hey, Gina Lagator, how you doing? Listen, I love you guys so much. I hope this has been inspirational and kind of gave you some joy, gave you some hope. Listen, pay attention to what you're saying. Stop being reckless with your words. Even little words like that's crazy, you stupid, you're dumb, that's an idiot, you're a moron. Be careful about those things because the first person that hear those words come out your mouth is you. And understand this, unless you direct them correctly and put them in the appropriate place when they come out of your mouth, everything that you see, the ether, the heavens, the angels, they just take those things and apply them. You got to tell it where to go. You got to be very specific. You got to get all the way in and stop playing around with your time, because what you don't have more of is time. 2020 and came and slapped us to the white meat, like the pimp slapped us, just backhand us. I mean, just back to back to back. And I was praying the other day, I said, Lord, I said, God, what in the world is about to happen for these next 6 months? I've not ever seen anything so raggedy in a year. But one, it's a lot of good that came out of this though. It's a lot of good. It's a lot of self-seeking. It's a lot of people who have learned how to do things that didn't know they could do things. And it's a lot of people who will digress. And listen, for you that are entrepreneurs, people that are trying to start their own businesses, this is the truth. This is your time to shine, because in a few months, people gonna digress back. They're gonna settle down back into their old lifestyles with a few little minute changes. But this is your chance to shine. Connect with somebody, connect with a coach, with a team, with the community that can help you stay on top of it and stay focused. Connect with somebody. Stop thinking this solo. Listen, I was a solopreneur for many, many years, and it's cute. You look good online, but you're not making no money. And until you can look at your social media or you can look at your bank account ding and every day, I can't tell you how much of a blessing it is to wake up every morning and see something I wasn't expecting to come. It doesn't take but a little bit of effort, a little bit of investment in the most valuable asset you have, which is yourself. Nothing in this world is more valuable than you. As much as we love our children, if we don't value ourselves, we can't give them the value that they need. You are important, you are powerful, and change is right around the corner. All you got to do is begin to change how you speak, begin to change how you look at everybody, begin to change your conversations. And if you put yourself around people who are not on the same level as you, back up. It's okay to back up. You should not be the smartest person in your group. You should not be the person that know the most about everything in the group of friends that you got. If you are the person that know the most in your group, if you're the person who is the most successful in the group of friends that you have, you need to add to your friends because you just reached your roof. Unless you are that person that's always pushing the roof up higher and higher, which I hope most of y'all are, you have to always make sure that you surround yourself with somebody who surpass where you're trying to go, and they make you keep pushing the limits so you can get to where it is that you're supposed to go. There's nobody on this live right now on Instagram or Facebook. None of y'all, and I met most of y'all, none of you have even tapped in to the blessings and the potential that God has given you. You got to begin to speak that thing to existence. Stop playing around with your words. I don't care what you got going on. Stop playing around with your words. Stop selling yourself short. Stop letting people feel, oh, girl, I'm just joking around. Oh, man, you know, I ain't mean nothing. Bump that. Everybody that's around me know it's certain things you can't even say. I don't care. We could be playing, oh, girl, you crazy. I'm not crazy at all. I'm very sound man. I'm just playing. That's fine. I can play. But there's certain lines that I don't cross because I understand that your success hinges on some of those things. Your growth hinges on some of those things. And the reason that the 90% never gets it over there because they think everything is okay and they don't put no standards and they don't have a directive that they follow and that they measure themselves by. They become very selfish, sociopathic, and narcissistic. And so they think that's a standard. That's not a standard. That's you just thinking about yourself. A standard is what you set for yourself and say, you know what? This is what we do and this is how we do, because you know that everything you do is building up to something. Y'all be encouraged. I'll be back on here in the morning. I'll try to come a little bit earlier. I was super busy today. If y'all on my TikTok, y'all will see why. So make sure you go follow me on YouTube and TikTok. And of course, like my page on Instagram. I'm about to drop some new hairstyles. I'm super excited. So make sure you're following us over on the Kachi Beauty Salons page. And I want to give a huge shout out to my co-worker, my cousin, my sister Kiara Gaddy for graduating. Congratulations, sis. She got that associate's degree. Y'all go to her page, Kiara Lynette. Go find Kiara Lynette. Give her a huge congratulations. She graduated with her associate's degree. And man, oh man, she worked hard for it. I'm super proud of her. But anyway, I love you guys. Y'all have a wonderful day and I'll see you soon. Bye bye. Make sure you share the post. Do a watch party for me and tag somebody you know that need to hear this.